Hey everybody, today's a work day. So we're at the Wallman Theater in Seattle doing an electronic music show tonight. It started setting up this morning, 6 a.m. It's been kind of a long day already, but we're in a pretty good spot now. So we'll take a minute here and make a video of what this system's all about. So let's start at the beginning. We'll start with the power. Follow me. So if you look here, you'll see power, big power, hundreds of amps, three-phase power, big stuff. And we're connected to just one of several of these, so that's where it all begins. So the big power comes off the big transformer and goes down into these breakout distribution boxes. And from there we run 30 amp three-phase branch circuits out into the amplifier racks, which are all of these. We got lots of amp racks. This is a pretty powerful system today, so be a good show. All right, so we went through what it takes to power the system, and now we'll go up on stage and follow the signal chain through the rest of the system. So up here we got a set of CDJs and a Pioneer mixer. Pretty much the standard is probably the latest and greatest. We'll pick up analog XLR off of those, and we'll go down into the box down below, all XLR. And then from there we'll go to the main snake system, which is back down here. So the signal comes from the stage and goes into this splitter head here, and it splits the signal basically equally, just splits it. And these will be the outputs, and one of these outputs goes to Mr. Topher's console right here. Everybody say hi to Topher. And he is mixing the monitor system for the guys on stage. That's his job, and he's pretty darn good at it. Don't let his calm demeanor fool you. All right, so from his console, it goes into the amplifiers that he's using. And then these are feeding back up to the speakers that you just saw on the stage. And that's it for the monitor system, other than we do have some in-ear monitors as well. If we have an artist that comes up tonight and he needs in-ear monitors, we'll have those set up for him. It's still kind of early in the day, so we don't have everything going, but I think we got enough stuff that I can give you a pretty good idea how this stuff works. All right, so we're back out of front of house, and this is the other end of the snake system, and this is feeding the console that we have out here. Everybody say hi to Matt. He's learning how to use a computer today, and he's doing pretty good. He's performing above expectations. So this console will be driving all things front of house, the big speakers in the air. We also have a kind of a small delay system in here because this space is huge. And if you look back and up, you'll see some Acoustics delays hanging up there. Yeah, good stuff, makes a heck of a difference. When you're trying to cover distance, the best way to do it is just take up a bunch of it. So the console here feeds from the outputs of this desk, and we'll feed via matrices to our perspective locations, which is left, right, sub, front fill, and then we have a delay left and right. So we will have independent control over each one of those on the output side. And it all feeds through the master bus, so we have a master volume. So that'll be our overall volume for everything, and then we can independently adjust whatever zones we're working with. Pretty typical setup. You'd see this in any reasonable format scenario. We're on an Acoustics rig, so we get the beauty of LNet, which is a fantastic tool. It gives us all of our EQing and whatnot. So we have the ability to go in here and EQ and do time alignment, array morphing, which is you use it as your system is getting bigger. You've got a way of quickly thinning it back out, as well as time alignment delay between the various zones. All right, and this is just controlling the DSPs that live inside of each one of the amplifiers. And that DSP happens to be a very top drawer analog device's Shark processor. I believe we're running at 48 kilohertz on this system because we're running an SC48 console, and that's the most it will do. Occasionally we'll run on a Digico that'll allow for a higher sampling rate, but for the most part the DJs are sampling at 44.1 to 48 anyway, so it really doesn't matter. All right, so we'll follow the signal chain back up to the stage. We're actually sending analog up there. I kind of like it that way because I don't have to worry about it falling over on me. It may sound a little better to run AES digital, but for me, I like to sleep at night. I like to know the show is going to happen, so we tend to fall to analog more often than not. Anyway, that's what we're doing today. Let's make our way back up to the amp racks and we'll look at the speakers and the subs. Let's go. All right, so just like we had on the other side of the stage, we've got a couple of amp racks sitting here that are driving all the speakers on this side. Basically, I think we got a couple subs over here that are being run from the other side, but this is basically it. So if you look up, you see the signal came from the console into the amplifiers, and then it goes through the speaker cables that are connected to the front of the amplifier into the speakers that are in there, and then also the subwoofers that are here on the ground. And we'll walk around and check those out here in just a second. All right, it's going to probably get a little noisy since Matt just powered up the system. Basically what we have here is dual 18-inch subwoofers. These are very high power. And then up in the air, you'll see we've got Acoustics Era. And those are what you call a mid-high box. They've got a pair of 8s and a big 3-inch diaphragm compression driver in each one of them. And then alongside that is basically kind of a low-mid box. It's a single 18 that's engineered to do basically from 32 hertz to 100 hertz. And then the stuff on the ground goes from 60 hertz down to 25 hertz. And this is a near-field front-field box, and that's just to cover the guys that are right on the barricade. And then this is a Acoustics KS28 subwoofer, kind of the latest and greatest in those. Those are pretty awesome. And a few more subs. And a couple more subs. And now we're on the other side. Yes, a bunch more subs, a bunch more stuff in the air.